Let's be honest, how many times have you received an unrealistic scam email and thought to yourself, who still falls for this old silly scam? Well, I'll be happy to inform you that a lot of people still do. Meanwhile, somewhere in Lagos, Nigeria, a scammer thought he could bribe his way out of troubles with the police. Things didn't go as planned for him. But first, imagine using just a fake email address to steal goods worth millions of dollars. This is the story of Sunday Gano, a scammer who was recently jailed in the US for fraud. 38 years old Sunday, based in South Africa, built an empire of cybercrime, targeting businesses across the United States. He used fake email addresses to impersonate high-ranking officials of major companies. In this email, he managed to convince suppliers to ship high-value goods to him by providing a fake delivery address in the US to avoid suspicion. Once the goods were sent to the fake address, Sunday will redirect them from the US to South Africa. As the saying goes, every day for the thief, one day for the owner. Sunday ran out of luck when one of his fraudulent orders, worth over $400,000, was flagged and intercepted by the FBI. The agents quickly planted a tracking device on the goods before allowing it to continue its journey. This clever move led them straight to a warehouse in South Africa, leading to his arrest. Over time, investigators discovered that Sunday had attempted to steal nearly $8 million in products, but succeeded in stealing over $2.3 million. For over 2 years, he fought extradition, but in July 2023, he was brought to the United States to face justice. By November, Sunday pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and transportation of stolen property. Eventually, Sunday Gano was sentenced to 7 years in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release and ordered to pay over $2.8 million in restitution. After completing his sentence, Sunday will be deported back to his home country, Nigeria. From the bustling streets of Lagos, this is the story of Patrick Akuma, a 28-year-old alleged engineer turned fraudster, whose criminal activities landed him in the nets of the police. Don't ask me why he's dressed like that for a mugshot. I have no answer for you. On November 7, 2024, residents of Chevron Drive in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria, reported suspicious activities tied to a young man living in their midst. This young man was Patrick. When arrested under the suspicion of fraud and investigated by the Zone 2 Police Command, the young man Patrick made an audacious move, offering the police a 174 million naira bribe to avoid prosecution. But this time, the bribe fell on deaf ears. Patrick's $100,000 bribe, meant to escape justice, was meticulously documented by the police and taken in as evidence against him, showcasing a rare moment of transparency and integrity in law enforcement. Patrick's method was not so complicated. He posed online as high-profile personalities like a US soldier or a cryptocurrency expert, luring in unsuspecting victims into romance scams and cryptocurrency fraud. The tool he used for his scamming was fake Instagram accounts and a $11,000 silicone mask, which, despite how ridiculous it looks, actually works, according to him. Through these scams, Patrick made over $500,000, which he used to fund a lavish lifestyle that included a luxury house in Lagos, Edo State, and a 100 million naira GLE Benz. When questioned, Patrick claimed he turned to fraud out of desperation after struggling to find a meaningful employment. Now, Assistant Inspector General of Police Adegoke Fayuade assured the public that with the investigation now concluded, Patrick would face justice. Finally, in the US, 2 men, Anthony Ibekwe and Samuel Aniaku, have been sentenced to a combined 30 years in prison for fraud. Apparently, Anthony, a 59-year-old man, and Samuel, 50 years, lived in Chicago. This was where they operated their 3 biggest fraudulent activities: inheritance scams, romance scams, and business email compromise attacks. The men spammed thousands of people with fraudulent inheritance scam emails. If you check your spam message now, you'll probably see a fake inheritance message in there. Strangely, some people still fall for this type of scam. The 2 men preyed on vulnerable people, telling them fake stories of how they had a huge inheritance waiting to be claimed. Victims were told that they needed to send money to process these inheritances, but it didn't stop there. Anthony and Samuel also posed as romantic partners, building trust and relationship on social media and dating platforms. Once trust was established, they would start asking their victims money for different reasons with promises of paying back. Their scams came to light after an undercover investigation by the FBI. It didn't take long before all their criminal activities was exposed, including their involvement in business email compromise schemes that targeted businesses. In all this, the two men stole about $3.5 million. Now, Anthony Bekwe was hit with a 14-count charge, including wire fraud, mail fraud, money laundering, and making false statements to a bank. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison, while Samuel Anyako, who pleaded guilty last year, received a 10-year sentence for wire fraud and money laundering. Sign up for my ethical hacking masterclass to learn how hackers carry out social engineering attacks like the inheritance scam and what you can do to stop them. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Next time, we are diving even deeper into the world of fraud and cybercrime. You don't want to miss it. Remember, crime doesn't pay. Stay safe.